We have used Rhonda Byrne's technique, the creator of The Secret, to accomplish something in 7 days that we have been working on for over 2 years. It totally blew our mind. We were absolutely amazed how quickly we were able to manifest this, and this is the story about it. Petra and I were very much involved in the work from Dr. Joe Dispenza. We have been doing it ever since we met, and it was always just about Dr. Joe and his meditations. But sometimes his work is a little bit complicated, or it takes a little bit too much time for us that we can do it every day.
Or we like to have exchange or change.
Oh yeah.
Change. Inspire from other people too. So one day during COVID lockdown, we thought it would be really cool to have a bicycle because we will be independent. And we started to investigate, and Raphael found his great bicycle.
My dream bicycle.
His great dream bicycle.
You know, it was funny because the time we were starting to be interested in it, it was of course spring when most people are looking to buy a bicycle. Plus it was COVID time where people couldn't travel anywhere, so they all wanted to have a bicycle. They started to have a huge shortage of it.
And there was no possibility to buy normal bicycle for normal price. There were no parts for the bicycles, and people were saying, oh, it's not gonna be possible.
Prices are gonna increase triple next year and so on, so there's more pressure and more need to buy it urgently. And we went to approximately 10, if not more, bicycle stores all over the country, and we tried out different bikes. But there was this one bike that I sat on it and I felt so happy on it, so connected to it. It was just like a soul connection.
And we didn't want to have anything crazy. We wanted to have just a normal bicycle to just go and do a little shopping in our bakery and stuff like that.
Yeah, like normal little trips. We're not mountain bikers. It's not like my super passion, but we wanted to have the possibility. But Petra's sister's partner is a really big mountain biker, and he knows a lot about it. I don't know if we asked him or they came to us. They knew that we are searching for something that he could help us with this. But we started to tell him that I found this bike and it's this brand and I really love it. And then he and his bicycle buddy, started to tell us how that is a really bad
bicycle.
It's for nothing. It's just if you want to go for like small trips to the bakery.
They just made the bicycle feel like it's a bad purchase for us.
Yeah, and we need to have a different one, and this brand is much better. And
so we got the best bicycles ever. And we paid quite a lot of money just because he has a different perception of what's good as a bicycle. And we just said our basic requirements is that we want to go to bakery on our bicycle. But we got bicycles which were sporty bicycles, like really, you couldn't even put this holder for the...
Oh my God.
You couldn't put even the holder for the food there, and it started to be a bit weird.
Like they had no possibilities to just simply put there the attachments, you know, the little stand.
Yeah.
I couldn't put there.
Let's not complain much, and let's go to the point. The bicycles also uncovered a lot of weird feelings about this partner from my sister, and he started to have very weird relationship to us, which resolved in us moving away from my home. And now the current situation is that he was actually leaving my sister, or my sister just ended relationship with him. We had these bicycles which we moved into our new home, and we were still walking around them all the time, every single day. You know, when you see something, sometimes it reminds you, the whole path in your brain just lightens up about that person, what he did and how he was not nice to you, how he treated you or whatever.
There was just so much resistance to getting these bikes, and I also had no soul connection to that bike at all. It was just, I can ride it, but I wasn't happy to ride it.
It's like you get a supermodel and you are in a relationship with the most beautiful woman in the planet, but you just don't have a connection with that person, and you just are searching for something else, and you know, it's like, it could be like that compared.
So we decided that we wanted to sell it. We put it online, we made nice photos, and we had a lot of people contacting us, but nothing led anywhere. And we were trying to sell it for over 2 years until we finally were watching a podcast from Rhonda Byrne and Lewis House. And we haven't really been listening to her before. We knew the secret from way back, but it was just about the time when she started to come out again and she started to make these podcasts and interviews. And we really connected to her because it was very different from what we knew with Dr. Joe Dispenza's work, which we have been doing for so long.
Yeah, because in her work, you don't have to do meditations, you don't have to do this. You just think differently, speak differently. And it's easier.
You didn't even have to
sometimes.
tune into the emotions, really, like embody like it has already happened. But it was just as simple as speak as if it happened and think as if it happened.
Behave like that too. Like the
But
thing
you don't
is,
have to go like into this emotion of, it has resolved, I'm free, I'm in love with life.
Yeah, but and also it removed the guilt a little bit about not meditating enough, not doing the meditation properly, not doing this or that. Because in Dr. Joe's work, if you don't do it daily, then you feel a little guilty, and you have to work with that guilt sometimes if you are really big time Dr. Joe person. It's there slight doubt about this, if you are doing enough, if you are doing too much or too little, usually, because it's never too much.
And then Petra was saying after this interview, hey, let's put the things that she said to a test, and let's pick something that we can experiment with. She said, okay, we want to sell these bikes. We've been trying for 2 years. Nothing is moving. Nothing is happening. They're still standing there collecting dust.
So we actually started to what we did, we put them online, right? The same pictures as we had before.
It was the same online offer, yeah.
And then we basically walked around them. We walked around them and said, oh, we have amazing space.
There's nothing
here. The
here.
bicycles are gone.
We can dance here because we have so much space.
It's just amazing, And I put me in a state that I cared less if they were stolen or if they were sold, because it was connected to a lot of pain also. So we were just walking around it. Oh, it's so much space here, and we enjoyed the space even though they were still there,
We went for walks. We were talking about how glad we are that we have them sold, that it's resolved.
But one day, in those 7 days when we just started to do that, I had this inspiration. Hey, we have to polish these bicycles and prepare them
for being picked up.
Because you have to pick it up,
you have to remove the dust, clean them.
We have to put into that advertisement or insert.
Advertisement.
We have to put there new pictures, like fresh,
energy.
Yeah. And I said they have to have fresh energy. And I said, hey, please. And Raphael wasn't very happy about it, right? We have to do this, we have to take the bicycles out.
But when I hear Petra say things that certain way, that I know it's not just her mind saying it, but it's her intuition, then I always trust it. So we were taking those bicycles, we cleaned them, we took nice photos, we put them online. And about a day or two later, we had a person contacting us. It was a back and forth, and he said he would be interested in my bike. But we had two, and it's kind of hard.
It was mixed matched. We thought we were tried as well, tested from one person, from 2 email addresses, and if we lower the price and so on. But then he said, okay, one person agreed, he will come for the bike.
He will come to look at it. He came to look at my bicycle, and he was there with his girlfriend or his wife. And I just told him, even though we agreed he will only look at mine, said, hey, look, we have one more bike for a woman, if you want to check it out.
He already also knew, he checked it online too.
Yeah, but he didn't want to get it. And I said, look, I can just give it to you for trying, and you can see, like, it's no big deal.
We don't know if he didn't want to get it. That's why he got the girlfriend with him and so on. We don't know what his intention was, but we were just open. You have 2 bicycles there, we can take them out for you. And
I brought it out. I brought that bicycle out, and I could see the girl, how she was starting to glow because it had such a beautiful color. And like Petra, I think she didn't care how it rides, how it's built and so on. She just cared about the color, and I knew that she's in heaven. And we were able to sell both of them on the spot to the same person within 7 days of starting to do this new technique. And we even got a price that was almost as high as when we got the bicycles new.
They were very new, the bicycles, and we really didn't understand each other. We looked at each other when they just took the bicycles within 5 minutes and they just went away.
Yeah.
They gave us money and we were like, is it real? Or
And like, how rare is it that you have a couple who is he was about as tall as
and
me.
they
She
have
was
to
similar
fit on
to
the
her.
bicycle. Yeah,
Yeah.
she has to be my height and he had to be his height.
Yeah.
You know, and his height is quite a lot, so he had to be quite tall. How random, or how it is, you know, how I don't understand it. I can't even express me.
Is that odd or is that God?
Yeah. And then we went to home
And we had the
And-
space.
and we had the space.
And we were dancing there.
And we were like, yay, you know, we were celebrating also with our loony,
yeah,
our
with our
girl.
dog.
Then we were walking around the space and we said, oh, it's amazing how
It happened.
we have a lot of space here. And it's really cool when you have something what you don't really care that much about. It's working better when you don't care about it. We didn't really care about the bicycles.
Wouldn't change our life that much.
Yeah, but it was super cool experiment. So we very much recommend it.
And it really showed to us that we don't have to be locked into this belief that we have to meditate a certain amount of time, or we
Yeah.
have to like really get into that emotion, into that feeling of it already happening or having happened. But it was simply enough to just talk about it, to be playful. To every time we walked by, we were imagining that that space was empty, that it was free. And
He says it to himself to be more playful because he's Swiss.
yeah,
I am also supposed to be more playful, but he is even more unplayful. So we have to learn how to play more.
yeah. Well, that's why I have you.
That's why we have also dogs, and
Yeah.
that's why we have you as well. Yeah. So share with us your experiment, or your experience with this kind of fake it until you make it.
And I want to also say that, you know, there were a lot of times when we wanted to create something, but we didn't really have enough impulse or enough energy or passion to actually do it. And I think it sometimes comes in phases where we have like just one moment where we have a big aha. We heard the podcast with her, or maybe you listen to this story now and you have a big aha, and you take this energy and you are focusing on something that is manageable and you are experimenting with it. And we are also happy that it happened in a short time, because if it would drag out for months, then we would start to lose the passion. But if you just do it for a couple of days, really passionately, being in that new reality, you can really manifest it much faster and better than if you try to have like a monster project that has to be dragged on for years or months.
Baby steps.
Yeah.
Baby steps. I'm the one who says it because I want to have either zero to hero or nothing, because everybody wants that, because we are programmed to do that. But also when I'm looking at the nature, the trees starting to have leaves, but it takes a long time. They have little buds and it takes few weeks until they have like leaves. They are looking beautiful all the time if I look at them. But anyways, we have to wait until they are there, or we are having little birds in our garden and they just laid eggs. We don't have little birds. We will have little birds, because now they are just laying eggs, our birds. It's our family birds, you know. They always come every spring and use our mailbox, and they make their nests there.
Yeah.
And they feel safe there. And this year they almost didn't make it because we had some construction work in front of our garden, but it looks like they are there and they will have the eggs, and we will have to wait until we have little babies.
Yeah, and it's a process. The birds don't have babies all year round, or lay eggs all year round. It happens in moments, you know. And I think we don't have to feel guilty that we're not constantly manifesting and constantly doing the work. It's okay that we have some periods where we're really doing something and it moves us a step further, and we get to realize our powers and our capabilities. So we hope that this was an inspiring story.
Definitely try it.
Yeah,
Try it.
thank you so much for being with us today. And if you would like to share some more time with us, we also have this video here for you next.